Mushrooms! Mushrooms! All right. Oh shit, we also need miso and sake. Hey y'all, welcome in. If you're new and you haven't been informed, I'm Jaded Neko. I'm a variety streamer. And we're making some biz. I got an amazing deal on Asian mushrooms. So we're gonna do mushroom pouches. And then while the mushroom pouches are in the oven for that 20 minutes, we're gonna do, because I didn't do it last time I baked, Mr. Neko bought me this box cake mix. And I'm going to make it better. I'm gonna add apples to it. I'm gonna add maybe a cream cheese like shlooply-doop, drizzle or glaze. Well, not a glaze, I'm about a drizzle. But it's a cinnamon swirl crumb cake and muffin mix, right? So then it'll be an apple cinnamon situation. And I have cream cheese in the fridge that's honey and pecan. So I think that would go banging with this. What do y'all think? LMK. So, we've got big old honkin' trumpets. We've got mini oysters, king oyster mushrooms. We've got a big pack of regular oysters. Some seafood mushrooms. Some shiitake. Some maitake. And some unapi. Boop, boop, boop. There is a shortage of enokis for whatever reason. I don't actually know that reason, but there is a shortage of enokis. Oh, no, wait, I do know the reason. I Googled it. There was a listeria breakout in 2020 that killed off a bunch of the enokis, and it's, like, carrying over still, so it's a shortage. So if you're looking for enoki mushrooms, GFY, because so am I. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, oh, and we got cupcake liners for the apple cinnamon. You want to do dark brown, light brown, or white. I feel like the dark brown, but I also like the light brown. I don't want to do white. Light brown or dark brown? Which one? Y'all let me know. Not right now, though. Later. Think about it. Decide! Decide later! I need to do I've been talking to my girlfriends, and I want to do another kind of setup where I have a second camera, maybe even my tablet or whatever, so you're able to see what I'm doing in the cutting, like on the cutting board and whatever, and then I'll splice it together for the YouTube. But I need to get a second camera for that. Oh, this is the apron I got for my birthday. Yes! If y'all didn't know, this weekend is my birthday. My 40th birthday. So I've been getting birthday presents already, and I'm like, what? But this smexy new apron, schmapron, it's from my girlfriend Ray. Actually, I don't want to stain this. Hang on. I'm going to swap out for my other one. This one is not as... It's mostly fabric. Well, I say mostly it is. This one is... Can you hear it? It's that other kind of material. So when I splop bloops on it, it doesn't stay mucky. This is from my other friend, my super BB cat. Cat and Ollie. Hi. Bloops are legit. Don't shame me. Hi, Puffy. Hi, baby Ollie. Hi, Bobun. All right. To start with, the oven is on. So to make these, you can do them on the grill. You can do them in a pan. I like doing them in the oven. They're just mushroom pouches. Yes, Harry. Yes. That. Now, could you say that in Italian? Thank you. Also, some people in the chat don't speak Italian, so if you could figure that out in Korean. Oui, oui, bonjour. Comment ça va? Okay, as a Canadian, I speak Canadian French, so $4.25. These pouches go for about 20 minutes maximum, right? It's equal parts miso and sake. I'm gonna put that knife down and not do that. Equal parts miso and sake. There's onions, whatever mushrooms you feel like using, butter, and soy sauce at the end when they're all done. It makes sense. Okay, now where's the miso? Miso! Where did I leave you? Oh, there you are. I also plan to make other things. Me and Alice are gonna make thumbprint cookies. Like the jam print cookies, you know, they look like they got a thumbprint in them. You put jam in it. Yeah, those. Oh, suck. Ugh. Ugh. Sometimes my cupboards are just a little bit too tall for me. So we have here some organic sake. Hey ho. And our miso, we'll be using the white type this time. Again, it's preference. It's just preference. Miso, sake. You could use soju. You could use the red miso. It's up to you, yo. I actually am married to a Korean, and I can't deal with the language because it sounds like petulant child. We're making Asian mushroom pouches that I later freeze in batches, and I put them in my ramen, but I put them in all kinds of shit. But I'll show you as I'm going along. And apple cinnamon crumb muffins, because it only takes 20 minutes in the oven. So when they're in the oven for that 20 minutes, I'm going to be peeling and dicing the apple and making the muffins. Okay, starting with chopping the onions. It's a decent amount of mushrooms. I'm going to chop 2 onions. I probably won't use both onions, but what I don't use, I'll dice up and I'll freeze it. So then it's already on hand ready when you need to just, you know, add some onions to some shit. I do it with green onions too, because it's like 99 cents for 7 bundles at the Korean grocery store. But it's not always like that. Sometimes it's 99 cents a piece, right? So when they're on sale for that super hecka good price, I get 7 bundles, and then I put them through the food processor, and then I freeze them. And then when I want a bit of onions, I just grab a handful out. Throw it into my shit. Ooh, good thing I decided to use the onions. These ones were starting to turn. They were starting to become vampires. Okay, at some point, my phone will buzz because I will have to go out and get Alice off the bus. Y'all know the routine. Around 3 o'clock, my phone will be because they're here, and I will leave you running while I run downstairs and get your baby. Okay. I like them to be in decent pieces when I'm picking them up with my choppy sticks, so I just cut the onion in half, and then in half again, and then my eyes are watering. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Beebs. My birthday's not till Saturday, but I appreciate you. Oh, it is so hard to chop when you're blind. I need one of those mandolins. I had one and it died. Oh god, Jesus. My eyes are watering so bad. I can't see, Mary. I have bread, but it's not gluten-free, so I won't play with it while I'm cooking. No, I'm just kidding. I have TF bread, too. it's fine. Once it does it once and it starts flushing, it's fine. I actually want to get one of the ones that's like a pressure related one where you just like slap it down so that Alice can use it. Not like a slap chopper because I have one of those, but it's actually like a mandolin. It's a multi-functional, but it is a mandolin. But you can set it on top and you can change it so then Alice just pushes the thing down and it cuts it and drops it into like a safe trough or whatever. I want to get one of those. So then when she wants to help with cooking and stuff, she can, and I don't have to be horrified at the concept of Alice holding a knife. Oh yeah, see? My eyes have stopped watering and I am pretty much done chopping onions. I say pretty much because I'm like, I've got one chunk left. Jello! Okay. So, we have our pile of onions. Onions! We're going to throw them all on this paper plate because why the fuck not? Plus, we got a shitload of mushrooms to chop next. You want them to be in bite-sized chunks. It doesn't matter what way you cut them or anything of the sort, as long as they're the equivalent of what you consider a bite size. Plate full of slicey onions. Get a piece of untoasted bread in my mouth while chopping onions. Ugh. It absorbs the smell or something? Oh, so what happens is the onions have that ability in their oniony body. It's two chemicals that are together, but they're not mixed together until you cut the skin. Then the chemicals mix together in a form of self-defense, and that's why your eyes water. So even if you're holding something in your mouth, you're breathing in through your nose, and that's you're gonna have a runny nose. You're gonna have an attack in your eyes. It's self-defense! It's self-defense! Okay, so the one that goes on the bottom are the oysters and the trumpets. They go on the bottom. So we're gonna start with these. I got two big-ass trumpets. Like, look at these. They are so meaty and delicious. Look. Look at the size of these buddies, man. I think I'm going to do these ones like little coins up until the top. Maybe. After I'm done slicing them all up, I'm going to try to guesstimate how many pouches it's going to be. I want to try to keep it to 4. But I also don't want them to be over full. So I don't know. Yeah. Mushroom self-defense. The mushroom is attacking you back for murdering it. That's why your eyes water. I hope you are happy with yourself, murderer! So any vegans out there, the onion knows that you're killing it. them in little, right? Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just mushrooms, being mushrooms, doing mushroom type things. Definitely gonna need more containers. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to put, what should I put in here with this? King oysters? Yeah, alright. Oh, shiitakes. I'll put shiitakes in with it, because shiitakes go next anyway. Shiitake! Shiitakes are just also basic slice. Literally nothing fancy is happening. Just slice. I'm cutting a little bit of the stem off because it just makes it less annoying to deal with in the foil pack. And I'm not cutting it all the way off. I'm just trimming it to a manageable length because these shiitakes always have like super long fucking tails on them. I don't need that much tail on my mushroom. I know if y'all love mushrooms like I love mushrooms, and that's fine if you don't, but I fucking love mushrooms. And there's so many other foods that I can no longer eat because of my medical issues, that the ones that I can eat, I celebrate them bitches. And this is by far one of my favorite dishes. It's super, super easy to make. It makes you seem more fancy than you are. Like you put in a ton of effort when you definitely didn't. You just chopped up a bunch of fucking mushrooms and threw them in a pouch. But you can plate them fancy and then people think that you're fancy. They are so delicious and flavorful though. Jello! Weird clicking popping sound, but I think maybe it's just the music. One more. Okay. So in here we have the trumpets and the shiitakes. Trumpets, shiitake. Now we're going to chop up the mini king oyster. And these ones, it's the same thing. We're just gonna, they're small, so we're gonna like long slice them, you see? A little slice. Alright. Cello! Get off the desk. Good girl. be said when the cat respects your authority, but the toddler doesn't. La 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 la. Oh, hydrate. Mushrooms. This is why I think the second camera will be a good thing. So you won't get it on the live, but you'll get it on the YouTube. You'll get the second camera angle of like my horrible chopping skills. My questionable life choices. All the things. Mini king trumpets, sliced. Now let's go for, still have to use plates. Let's do seafood and then we'll do the other ones. You really don't need to do anything for the seafoods. I'm gonna leave them fairly long. Ooh, they smell so seafoody. That's why they're called seafood. Because they smell seafoody. Alright. Alright, we got one more bundle. Similar for what I do with gnocchis, I just leave them mostly long. Alright. Seafoods. Done. Next. Oyster. Alright. Have here some beautiful oyster mushrooms. La 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 la. Beautiful. Beautiful. Super delicious. Actually, I might not even bother using the plates. I could just use the styrofoam. Alright, the only ones that need to be bothered with for these oysters are the big boys, and we just lop them in half. I I mean, unless they're massive, then do a couple of chops on them. Because sometimes these are honking ass bitches. Oyster mushrooms! You can leave these as big or as small as you want. It's all for your preference. This is just the way I do them. I like them to be bite-sized so that when I'm picking them up with my chopsticks in my ramen, they're not just like massive and obnoxious and in the way. Okay. Oysters. Oyster mushrooms. Now we've got these two left. Maitake and bunapi. All right. Okay. Mushrooms. And like the other ones, the oyster, you just lop the bottom off and they're good. Break them apart a little bit so they're not so chunky. But really, you don't actually have to do all that much for these guys. Just break them apart. Okay? Cut their butt off and break them apart. See? Because they come in a big clump like this. So you cut this bottom part off. Oh. Okay. Bottom chunk off. And then they already fall apart. The maitake are more, that smelled really nice when I popped it open. Are more flat and fan-like, but it is the same principle as you just nip the bottom off. And then this one you're gonna have to like slice a little bit. Maitake. Okay. It's just breaking it up a little bit more. All right, maitakes. Okay, so I can let me set up my board. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. All right. This is our mushroom medley. You see them all? Y'all got them all? There's our shiitakes. These are the trumpets. Mini king oysters. Bunapi. Maitake. Oyster. Right? Beep. Oh. Let me stick you back on the counter. There you go. Whoop. Hope you enjoyed that trip. And onions. And onions, whatever kind of onion. I'm also going to add some green onion because I have a lot. And I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Okay, now we're going to make pouches. And I want to keep it to 4 pouches. If we need to do a 5th, that's fine. I'd rather it just be 4, but I can do 5. Yeah, we'll do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is where assembly happens. All right. Y'all can see what I'm doing from there, right? Cool beans. Okay. Relocate the onions. And the mushrooms. Okay. Onions, mushrooms. Boop, boop, boop. Now we need cup. And in the cup, I will place, let's say, let's say 2/3. I think that's way too much. Maybe half. We'll do 2/3. If there's leftover, who cares? Okay, 2/3 cup sake. Soju, sake, whatever. I use sake. I have soju as well, so if I run out of sake, I'll use soju. I'd say a half a cup, but do 2/3. I'm doing 2/3 because I want to be saucy. Extra saucy. Back up in the cupboard too. And same amount, miso. Whatever miso tickles your fancy. I'm using white. Whisk. So equal parts miso and sake. You definitely don't need this much of the sauce. I use it as like a flavoring for my ramen. That's why I use extra sauce. And I add a little extra miso because I love miso. Stuck it in the cup. See it? And I'm going to whisk it up. I'm breaking up chunks. So if you plan to eat these as is, you do not need this much sauce at all. But I use extra because, like I said, I use it as like stock for my ramen. Okay. Smooth and pretty. Bloop. All mixed up, all nice. Okay. I just use a cup because it's easier. Now, you need some butter. Okay, y'all can see what I got going on right here, right? Take the butter. Rub it all over the bottom of your aluminum foil. Okay, this is just your start out phase. Okay, set this on here. Clean plate. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, first thing that goes down is onions. Take some of your white onions and break them up a little bit more. I don't know if I've already done this on stream, but if I haven't, now I will. Definitely one of my favorite things to make. Okay, now like I said, I'm mixing it with green onions because I have a shit ton of green onions. I would put more onions in normally of the white onions, but because I have a shit ton of green onions, that's what I'm using. So this is what I do though. I get the big bundles and then I slice them up into little like this size, right? And then I put them in my food. Okay. First ones to go down are the trumpets. You just want a little flat layer. Nothing spectacular or fancy or detailed about it. Just put down a layer. Next goes shiitakes. Again, just layer it on top. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Layer, 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 Becky, layer, layer it. Doesn't have to be fancy. It just seems fancy. Okay. Next, the mini Trumpies. You want the meatier, stiffer, unctuouser ones on the bottom, so they soak up the liquidies. Okay. Next, we will put some of the seafoods. Lovely. Let's do some oysters. Some of the little ones to top it off. And then we end with the maitakes. Okay. Take your sauce. You want to put like 2 tablespoons maybe over it. But I am not you, so you don't need to do what I'm doing. Because you get juice from the mushrooms and juice from the onions, and they all go in there nice and good together. Okay, now you take the butter, and you need some little nubs. I'm going to just pre-cut some nubs, so I don't have to be annoyed by this later. Okay. Little nubs of butter. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of maybe maybe a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, if that. Okay, now roll up your bundle. Ooh, 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 ooh. Make sure you're going for airtight. Ooh. Until you poke a fucking hole in it. Jesus! I'm gonna have to double wrap this one because I accidentally poked a hole in it. Damn it, I did it again. I need to cut that fingernail. Whatever. Good enough. Bundle number... Now we need to make a new foil out. Had an oopsie. Oopsie. Okay. Butter. Just putting down so that the mushrooms don't stick to the foil. Done. Okay. Onions. Onions. You don't have to eat onions. I'm only using them because I have a shit. You don't have to. Up to you. So again, put down first. That would there the more down bits. Then shiitakes. And then king oysters. And seafood. Still, you know, they'll be smushed down. Oh. And okay, sauce. Butter pack. Okay. And roll it up. Quiet. Don't know. I'm not just abusing the core badger. Even say he didn't know he was there when I. One was folded up. To be airtight, steaming in number. It's only almost an hour. Skits here. So. Okay. I'm not making butter in case over there. Okay. Alright. Green onion. Oyster. See, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. The guys are on the meteor guys. Butter pack. And you're on the bottom. Do themselves. Okay. Okay. Last. Like any cut out. These Asian okay, so on. Attack. Three cover the bundle. Putting more to the same on that. And pull. Rolling my mess up my forward cut. Mess up my. I'm gonna say. Just in. Okay. For it. Just like a little bit. When I the crowds are lives and her ice makes a chop. So we got right the apples. You don't want because too big. Right, get still.
Pick a noise. Hold out. Hold out. You bring a you make the stop.